Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker. When the member for Clwyd West, who I know would have wanted to be here today, and I went to bid for this debate for the Backbench Committee about 6 months ago, we had in mind it taking place on the anniversary of the vote here last October. Well, it's a little bit overdue, but an advantage of that has been that I, not being on that bench anymore, could hand over to my honourable friend, the member for Sunderland Central, who's made a superb speech, much more compelling and persuasive than I could possibly have done. So I think she's done a real service to Palestine in that process. Going back to 2014, there was more hope on this issue. Obama said in 2010, President Obama said that he hoped to see within a year the recognition of a Palestinian state. William Hague, I believe, although he coined the phrase moment of our choosing, or when the time is right, I think he was talking about it as a statement of intent. But it's become a filibuster that is endlessly repeated by government ministers to actually do nothing. And yet we've heard, we who have a responsibility, the UK, through the mandate, through the Balfour Declaration, have not recognised Palestine when 138 countries have. We've heard that it is a precondition, it's not a matter for negotiation, because of course Israel and Palestine are not going to be sitting down. One's a regional superpower, one has been impoverished by occupation, but at least give them the status of states so they can do that. But it also, and it's tied heavily to the idea of occupation, and a recognition exposes what occupation is about. It's about displacement of population. It's about settlement of occupied land, both of which are war crimes. And it's relatively rare, thank goodness. It happens in Crimea, it's happening in Ukraine, it happens in Western Sahara, but it's a relatively rare fact. But in Palestine, it's gone on since 1967, and we have done precious little about it. But in terms of human rights abuses, and this is the government's own Human Rights Priority Country report on Israel and occupied Palestinian territories 3 months ago, it talks about settler violence, settlement growth, evictions and demolitions, child detention, an apartheid regime, the Gaza blockade, and the terrible incursions into Gaza and the massacre of civilians there, classing respectable NGOs as terrorist organisations, and the list frankly goes on and on. These are to the benefit of Palestine, but it's also to the benefit of Israel to have a secure state alongside it with the responsibilities of the state. When I spoke in the last debate, I quoted Naftali Bennett in that debate, who was then an economy minister, saying he never wanted to see a Palestinian state. He's now the Prime Minister of Israel. We must do something to resolve this issue, because the situation is getting steadily worse by the day.